message, Darge. I want to read it. I saw something about the girl you like, but I didn't actually get to see anything else. So please send me that message again. I will read it in the middle of this key, as long as you don't mind, because just keep in mind, this could be a YouTube video. So just keep in mind that if you are sharing, I will read it out loud, okay? We're intentionally pulling these guys. There you go. And then this is it on the first pull. I'm going to go over here first because these always tag after. I vortex immediately, and then I want to stop these first pennies. I want to watch aggro. I do need people to just wait a second for aggro. Bear does not have snap threat issues. It does not have aggro issues, but I do need people to wait for that aggro there. Uh-oh. That's not good. That is less than ideal. Because we're out of stops now as well. There was a VDH stop there. I get this kick. I don't need a healer. I technically don't need a healer, but I'm out of stops. So if I get stunned here, I will need a healer, and I don't have any stops for this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no, I'm dead. No, wait, I'm not dead. I mean, this isn't exactly there is a lot of time in this key, but not like an infinite amount of time. I can stop this Fan of Knives. I can stop that cast. I mean, Druid tank is pretty immortal. Like, I'm not dead. Right? I'm not dead. I just need people to wait. I need people to wait like 2 seconds for a threat. Once I'm in a pack, like, I do a lot of damage, so once I'm in a pack, I don't need anything else. I gotta say, that was a perfect time paint up there. That was in between my Lunar Beam and stuff. That was a good paint up. I cannot kick this, though. We are probably cooked right now, potentially. I can live, actually. Hold up. You can watch on YouTube, see the route better. I'm not a VDH, so there are some things I cannot adapt, right? To be fair. Okay. It's not necessarily cooked. This is Motherlode, so what would be really sad, though, is if we actually did the rest of the key perfect. We have to wait for those assassins. If we did the rest of the key perfect, that would be sad. And then miss time by like 10 seconds. But it's not impossible. We did make it through that poll. Okay. 15s are a little bit scary, Darge. We're going to wait for that pat. It's a bad pat. All right. Darge, the girl I like is watching my favorite show with me, and tomorrow we finish season 2. Her favorite character dies. Uh-oh. All right, that's bad. Before finding out what happened, okay, there's a 0 resolution to a storyline. Okay. Yep. So she's going to have to go through this, I see. There you go. She absolutely loves his characters. She's not prepared for the heartbreak. Okay. There's nothing wrong with emotion. So I don't think you're cooked. I think you're going to be just fine here. I think that actually this situation is just fine. Right? You just need to make sure that you do not ever make her feel bad for feeling bad. The key here is that emotions are not the problem, right? Emotions are not the problem. But it's only when people feel bad about crying in front of other people or about feeling those emotions in front of other people, that's when it gets into this gray area of like, oh, that's not quite good, you know? I'm fine. You don't want that. So you don't want any of this gray area stuff. Just make sure that she's cool with you, and then you'll be fine. This charged shield I'm concerned about. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was about to say, because I had SI'd early on the first pull, and I always have it for that. Right? But so, I think she's going to hate... No. Well, you know her better than I do, so I can't say for sure, right? Maybe if she's the type of person who you think would really benefit from having prepped, like if you think if that's something that she'll need, you can make the executive decision to say, hey, I just want to let you know, I want to prepare you for this. You could do that. If you think that will really benefit her, you could totally do that. I know that ordinarily you'd be like, look, spoilers, I don't want to spoil anything. Then you wouldn't. Then you would absolutely never do that. But for what it's worth, right? I'm fine. I'm just getting him in the corner here. Fair enough. I don't like spoiling things for people either. But I will say that it's not always the end of the world to just be a little bit aware. Like, you know her better than I do. I would say, however, that as long as she feels safe to express those emotions with you, then it's not a problem to basically watch sad things. It's kind of like, you guys know the most awkward thing is watching something like Game of Thrones with your parents? You know what I'm talking about? You ever done this? You ever watch something like Game of Thrones with your family? Right? This is a genuine question. Have you ever watched a show like Game of Thrones where there's like, you know, some spicy scenes or some nudity and you're watching it with your family because it's, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's a show. You're all watching it together and everybody wants to watch it. So you end up watching the show together with your family, but like, uh-oh, the one weird scene comes on. Do you know why it's awkward? It's not awkward because people can't process the information. It's awkward because there's this weird stereotype that you're not allowed to process that information in that setting. And it's the not processing the information that's always the problem with those things, if that makes sense. So the key here is having the freedom and the safety to process the information, if that makes sense. That's the key. Right? You don't have to watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was not that good. Anyways, it wasn't even that good. There are shows that are better than Game of Thrones. So I don't think Game of Thrones is like a must-watch show, to be honest. I have to start moving this boss, by the way. Okay, good. Where's the last bomb? Well, there's one more. Oh, I saved it. But he might get coins. Oh, did you see that fucking click? I don't know if I got it or the Demon Hunter got it, but one of us just saved it. Oh my god, that was really scary. We don't have to go in there anymore. We can just stay here now. That's fine. One being slightly suboptimal is fine. So I don't have to move. Oh. Game of Thrones was like, it's not a bad show. It's just not actually that good. About the Hound and Arya. The Hound and Arya were certainly one of the better storylines, and we can talk about Game of Thrones because there's no way that we're spoiling it for anybody. After this long of a show being out, you know what I mean? You know your opinions? My opinions on soup, yes. What are my opinions on cereal? Cereal's fine, because milk is great. But you don't make soup with milk, right? I think we can... I don't know if they're going to line of sight this or not. I don't think we have to. I don't think you have to line of sight this. I just think you have to be very aware of tanking him in the corner, and nobody can pull that side pack. No, don't insult milk like this. Why would you put milk in soup? That's a terrible thing to do. How could you do that? I can take one. I can take two. That's fine. I'm going to stay in for the CCs here. Okay, maybe I'll line of sight next time. That's a tough... I mean, these are the types of pulls where I just can't imagine playing Havoc, though. Like, I cannot imagine trying to play a Havoc on this type of pull. Do you ever swipe? Nope. Never. Swipe is straight up, like, it's a minor optimization where you actually lose a lot of other value. I always Lunar Beam CDR, I never swipe. Oops. Actually, that was a bad pull. Yeah, you lose value by swiping. You technically gain, in the right circumstances, you gain ever so slightly more DPS. Okay? I can Typhoon them back there, and I'm going to go get one of these kicks. There's two on the healer right now. 1 second. Oh, healer. Oh my god, the healer was aware. I can't believe he lived that. Because I got stuck on this thing. Alright, the next one, I have Oh, I don't have Typhoon. Why are you in Thailand? Because I love it here. I've lived here for almost... Man, was it almost 8 years? It's 7 years, basically. I've lived here for 7 years. I've lived here for a long time. I just feel like this is my home. I never felt like I was at home in the U.S. I mean, I grew up... I moved around a lot as a kid, right? So, to be fair, I did move around a lot as a kid. But I never felt at home anywhere except Thailand. But no, the reason I don't swipe is because I would rather Moonfire instead of swipe. Oh my god. I got stuck on that pole real quick. I mean, Jugshot, I was married to one for 5 years, so you're not incorrect. How long did it take for Thailand to feel like home? 7 days. As hilarious of an answer as that sounds like, I mean it. Literally, 7 days. It took 7 days. I lived in other places for years. I lived all around, right? I moved out when I was 17. Yeah. Thailand was the first place I ever came to, and I was like, wait a second. Why does this feel like... I didn't even know. I couldn't even figure it out, by the way. Like, why does this feel like home, actually? So I can't incarn this pull, otherwise I'll die on the next pull. I'll get this first quake. You don't really need to kick the barriers. You just need to kick the quakes. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, Soap. It's an interesting feeling, right? I actually don't know how to explain it. There's just Thai people. There's a culture here, man. It's a different life. It was the first place I ever came to where I realized that not everybody was depressed. Like, there's actually a ton of very happy, fulfilled people that live here. And I was like, what is this? I'm from America. I'm from LA. Everybody is chronically stressed, overworked, and very tired. You know what I mean? Like, you don't meet people who are in, like, a really happy place in their life. Somebody will get the first kick. I'll get the second. Good. I don't need to reset my bleed stacks here. I'll reset them after. Cool. Because I can bark. I can overlap the bark and the incarn. I know I'm going to take a lot of damage, but that's okay. When he charges out next, I have to reset my bleed stacks. Okay? Otherwise, I'm dead. So I'm not dead here. That's fine. I press 1, Frenzied. I need to kite out a little bit. This pack isn't dead because we sent cooldowns before. I'm going to go back in for a kick. I reset my bleed stacks. I start soothing him. Good. Okay. These guys need to be dead. I'm going to war stomp this. I have incap roar as well. This is going to be my SI probably in a second. Hold up. These bleed stacks absolutely f me as Guardian. So I just have to make sure I reset. You have to reset your bleed after Incarn expires and stuff. But otherwise, you're fine. Yo, is our timer okay? I feel like our timer is okay, right? Isn't our timer kind of fine? Our timer's good. We're not at risk. The first pull was a little bit of misery, but I think we're okay. As long as we have good damage, I think we're okay. I'm gonna innervate my healer. Oracle Priest does go sometimes, so it's actually nice to have innervate. He won't go on this fight, but still. Yeah, I mean on 15, it's gonna take a while, but I think we could still do it. I actually think that very realistically, this could be possible right now. I know I have Incarn in a second, so we hit both Frenzied. Yeah, I think we're fine. We'll use combat pots and stuff. We'll do everything we can to do as much damage as we can. We'll hit the Heart of the Wild and this Incarn. All the Lust is expired now. I can Vortex him there. As long as he kites into that Vortex. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. I make sure I have Incarn here, so I don't need any healer's help, because I'm going to take a lot of these bleeds. I take the last Frenzied at the end of Incarn. This guy kind of needs to die. I'm not going to die to this bleed. I'm not going to die to this bleed, even though I have a bunch of stacks. I'm okay. It does hurt. This bleed is not easy to deal with. It's just you have to be aware as a tank. I would say we have pretty damn good prio damage right now, though. I feel like we have good prio damage. I think we're okay. We're going to hold this rage for a second, because I know I'm going to take more of these bleed stacks. Here we go. Yep. Hey, Tambo, how's it going? How's your big cat? How's your big cat, Tambo? We are potentially winning this 15 Motherlode. Have you been playing this season, Tambo? I SI right now. I love how you remember that. What do you think? When I ask people to share pictures of their furry friends in Discord, I mean it. I want to see your pets. All right. Oh, I didn't need the paints up there, but thank you. I was just holding stuff. I'm holding stuff because I know I'm going to have to take one more of these in a second. Been playing much. 3K on the Monk, 2.7 on the disc. It's nice. Yeah, at least you play the 2 healers that are actually good this season. It certainly feels like a Dispriest supremacy, though. Okay, now here's the catch. I do not want to press my Incarn. So I'm going to have to figure out these bleeds without pressing Incarn. I actually think that our timer is really quite okay. I have... Oh! That's not good. Okay. So in order to live this, we should res him. Do we have another res? We do, actually. I can Vortex them here. We got to kill boss. I actually don't know. We could just kill boss here. I mean, again, not ideal for timing, for timer reasons, but otherwise we might still be okay, actually. No, I don't think so. That is less than ideal. All the little deaths, they do add up. I think that timing this with this many deaths could be hard. It's not looking like the best potential time, but I can giga pull this area, right? I can live like some very big pulls here. Let's do this and these guys. I'm gonna see how big I can pull this area, and maybe we can make up some time here. All right, we have good AoE stops, so we're gonna send some now. I can do this. Hold up. Pray for a good war stomp. I have the vortex and then the typhoon. Oh, the snapback did get that. Okay, we're gonna drag this guy into the next pull then. It's fine. I do not. I'm out of stops now, so we have to use the rest of the stops. This should be dead by now. All right, healer's gonna have to dispel somebody. It's okay. I'll innervate him. It's okay. We're okay. We're okay. I think we should still try. I don't think Motherlode 15 is a key you give up on that easily. Obviously, we've had a few mistakes, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I do feel like I just need to keep chaining, basically. I feel like I need to make sure that I go like really fucking fast. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. Because this route does have a few extra mobs in it, in this area, is the only thing, right? Okay. So we use one AoE stop here. I get this kick. That's on the healer. We need to make sure we get this one. Oh, it's on the healer. The main kick you want to get is the one on the healer, because actually the healer is the one who can dispel other people. But if it's on the healer, we really need to make sure we get those. The next pull has to be kind of big as well. Again, I'm immortal, so I'm not going to die. Okay. Just kind of pull this back a little bit now. Oh, we can't have these little deaths here, though. I really don't think we should give up. Like, I don't think we should tune out yet. I think we're okay. It's only one more pull here, and then we've got everything we need. But we can't, like, even just those 2 Havoc deaths cost a lot, because he needs to come back. We pull this. And we pull this together. We have to make this pull work, which is not an easy pull to make work, by the way. A lot of damage that happens on this pull. This pull is super sus, in my opinion. It's not impossible. Somebody will get that kick in the back. Oh, really? Okay. We will be fighting for this, especially with those Havoc deaths just now. I think if we didn't die on the second boss, we'd be like giga fine. Then we'd be like in really good shape. We might not be in super good shape right now. Just try to stop any ambient damage that happens. The weapon tester's Echo Blade actually is going to hurt with these overlaps, so I can try to War Stomp it there. I can Emergency Typhoon this. They're not going to get snapped back, but it's fine. I have an Echo Blade on me. Okay. We did, again, we made it through, so it's not necessarily impossible. I rebuff. I think we just kind of pull this in here. Doing more after, or should I go raid? Well, he moved too fast. I guess I have to... We don't have a B-res, so we have to normal res. It's not even cooked even from here. He had the thing on him, and he went through the ocean. It's okay. We res regular. Yeah, he was in the thingy. That's okay. Ready? It's... We're pushing here. We're pushing, but it's not impossible. I think it's probably done, but because it's a 15 Motherlode Skyfall, I feel like we should keep trying. Because it doesn't have to be done from this point. He can meld this. Is he not? He is meld. I don't know if he knows that he can meld that. This boss is going to clap me just a little bit, but remember, she only hits you twice in between abilities. I think if we have really good damage, it's not impossible. It depends entirely on our damage. I mean, hey, look, if we somehow die on this boss, I wouldn't necessarily regret it because I really need to go fucking pee. Like, I should have peed before this, but I didn't, and that was my mistake, okay? I don't want to int the key because of that, so I'm still paying attention and I'm focusing, but I'm not going to lie, I really need to pee. I have been hydrating properly right now, okay? I've actually been doing a good job with hydration, so I am, you know... You could pull some mobs on top of this boss. Yeah, I was going to chain something on it. I actually do think you could pull mobs on top of this in, like, a future, like, in a hierarchy, but... You shouldn't have to. Keep in mind that without the 11, we've had some deaths that cost a lot of time. It is gonna hurt a little bit, but otherwise we would be good. I'm very hydrated. I'm uber hydrated, which is a problem because now I really need to pee. That is the problem with hydrating. Why don't they design the human body better? They should design the human body better. Why is hydration make me have to go to the bathroom? What? 2 big guys would be insane here, though. Go back toward the middle. Okay, good. Let me help distract you. All right, bet. How do you play first boss Priory as bear? The key for first boss Priory is just knowing how to rotate your defensives. That's it. That's the entire first boss of Priory. You should not die there. It's just knowing to rotate defensives, and maybe worst case scenario, you have to call for external if you're between things. Basically, you incarn Lunar Beam for damage, but otherwise you start spreading things. So you incarn, you rotate incarn, bark, rage, right? You just rotate stuff. That's all it is. I basically would walk in with incarn. I would probably hit incarn, lunar, and rage just for damage, but otherwise you hold rage. Basically, though, you're never naked. You're never naked, and you want to make sure you have a defensive up, not just for the Pierce Bleed, actually, but for the other things. 9 minutes? It's pushing it. I don't know if we can... We can try, right? We can give it our best shot. It's not impossible. I'm just going to need 1 extra ordnance guy. Okay. Are there bears in Thailand? No. No, we don't really have bears in Thailand, no. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Hey, Dal. Dal, we got a few good keys in today. We're trying to save this Motherlode as best that I can. We're doing Big Dam. What's your IO at now, Dal? Have you gotten any more 16s? Ooh, we're fighting for it a little bit. There are no bears in Thailand. There are these gigantic fucking lizards, though, that are awesome. There are these big-ass monitor lizards. We have monitor lizards, man. Gotcha, gotcha. I still need 2 more. I actually need 2 more 14s still for the resilient system. We're learning the bubble skip tech. I did the 15 floodgate, right? And my timer was actually tight enough, even with a very clean run, and basically we had like 1 death, that I was like, all right, We weren't playing exactly the highest damage comp, and we could have optimized further, but I was like, I really do wonder if you have to start skipping bubbles. Like, I think that might not be optional, because he is a huge time sink for sure. I just don't like skips like that. I hate skips that are super hit or miss like that. Like, when we did it on 15, it literally was no problem. My healer actually died, and, like, we were fine. Like, we lived an entire thing without a healer. We lived an entire backwash without the healer. I really don't think I don't think the survival of him is that bad. I mean, doesn't the Hunter have Giga defensives to rotate for it, though? The Hunter should have Turtle plus more to rotate. Okay, so we need all these mines up here is the biggest thing. We need all these mines. We kind of need to lust this, but I still don't. I still think we have time, by the way. We just need all of this. Okay, we got all the mines, basically. I don't think I really have time to just... We don't really have time to fight the mines, though. Just basically come up here. I think I need to pull this, and we need to lust it. Don't take aggro. Good. This is a sketchy way to do this, but we don't really have another option because we've had some sketchy deaths here. We just have to keep kiting it, I'll off-heal the first one. And we have lust coming up, and then this will be percentage. This is percentage, so we're good. I innervate the healer, and then I think if we get through this, we have time. I'd like to point out that if we get through this pull, oh, no, wait. I have a res. But if we do get through this, we have time. It's okay. Oh, what's up, Arson? Arson, we're fighting for a 15 Motherlode right now. We've had some Omega deaths, so I'm not 100% sure if we time it, but we're doing our best. Thank you. I hope that we can play more next week. Also, is Vettel a tank now? Did Vettel just make the ultimate swap from the role where everybody, like, the role with responsibility to the role without responsibility? We have 5 minutes, 20 seconds. 5 minutes, 20 seconds is not... It's actually okay. Like, we can still time this with that time. We just have to play it really well. Is Vettel just a tank now? Is that what's happening? Aim the Gatling gun away. He's a tank now. Okay. Well, my Presevoker has gotten the luckiest vaults from doing 1 key a week. And I kind of want to gear my Presevoker. That was one of my goals this week, was actually. So if Vettel ever wants to play and you want a game, I am going to have a Presevoker who's going to be very geared. Like, I've gotten Mythic Tier, all 4 Mythic Tier pieces in the span of, in 4 weeks. I just literally picked up Mythic shoulders, Mythic legs, Mythic gloves, and then a Mythic chest, I think, this week. Or Mythic helm, I think, with a socket. So, like, my Presevoker, if I just farm out my crests and stuff, I'm like, okay, there you go. It's a Presevoker season. It just wants me to win. Nice. So, I mean, but that's like, because I haven't played him a lot, but I feel very comfy, and that spec did get giga buffed. You know how just like Athlock, right? Nobody plays it, but it's actually really good. Like, it's actually fine. Like, it does great. It may not be the technical best thing you could ever play, but it is very good. So, yeah, it does want me to play. All I can tell you is that it definitely wants me to play Prez. So, I will have a geared healer by next week. Just saying. Okay, we actually got to the intermission. Our time is fine. No deaths from here, and we could win. I'm gonna roar. Hold up. West side, I might be focusing, because I really want to time this. I want to time this 15. There's no... This would be, by the way, if we time this, this would be such a fucking success story. I want to time it. I want to do this. We could win. Guys, we can win this. This is actually insane. I'm like hyped right now. I also had a lot of caffeine today, so let me know. Okay, sounds good. I also had a lot of caffeine, so I'm particularly hyped at the moment. Okay, good. It's over here. We can win. 3 minutes is fine. Dude, we have 3 minutes. If we don't die here, we win. I know it's crazy, but like with how this key started, we were about to call people were actually going to call it quits before on the first poll. No need. We can win right now. I'm just going to pull him back to the state. We have plenty of time. Just don't die. It's actually just like, it is going to be just a don't die scenario here. I have bark up, so I can get hit by 1 missile if I need to. Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me lock in. Let me lock in. Right? We game. Yeah, Unholy is, I always like playing with Unholy right now. They kind of complement Bear pretty well, actually. Okay, I want to be full health. I want to aim the Gatling gun away from my team. Here we go. Nice aim there. Good. Tier set proc. I might even SI here. I might, actually, because these missiles, if I think I'm going to get hit by one, I SI. I just sent it anyways, because I'm going to have... Yeah, that's me. Yeah, Unholy feels great, because grips are awesome in these keys. Thank you for the raid, though, Ars. And I hope we can game. So I see the doctor tomorrow, and hopefully I can fix a lot of my sleep problems. But we're locked in, because we just one more. All we need to do is survive one more, and we're going to time this key. This is going to be a crazy success story. Wait a second. This is going to be an... Guys, did anybody think we were going to time this? You guys have been watching this key, right? Did anybody fucking think we were going to time this? Everybody was like, GG. No, never give up. Never. We're timing it right now. This is we're going to win. If nobody dies to the next micro missiles on this ground, no, we win. We win. We win. Okay. Never give up. I cannot believe that we timed that. Okay, I really gotta go pee.